exactly like what we've been talking about since Sunday. I really felt like physically we could go toe-to-toe with Cincinnati, not just at a couple positions, but across the board. I know they're really, really gifted athletically, strength and speeds. Anybody watched that Houston game knew it was going to be a lights-out fast football game, the explosive athletes. We said all week we're going to go toe-to-toe, we're going to grind, it's going to be choppy, they're going to make plays, we're going to make plays, they're going to get stops, we're going to get stops. Good things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. And we got to come down the fourth quarter and make the last couple of plays. And Cincinnati obviously made the last couple of plays, converted key 3rd and 6, which we should have been off the field, and blew an assignment in man coverage. They flipped the ball to the back, and that kept the drive alive. And then the rest of the drive, we didn't really do anything bad. Cincinnati kind of executed and found a way to put the ball in the end zone, which goes credit to them. But the time we had them stopped, we gave away that chance. And then we got the ball back, and we got one chance to go down and tie it, and we didn't get it done offensively. And then we still had a chance to kind of stop them, but they threw a ball up in the corner, and their guy went and got it, and our guy didn't, and they got to basically take a knee from there. So in the game the whole way, physically, it was a knockdown, drag out, just what we had hoped we would be. We'd respond, and we'd keep coming after them. We kept coming after them. It was back and forth the whole game. Obviously, no one was up by more than 7 points at any point during the game, and every play, the game could be tied or you could go ahead. So very physical football game. Proud of a lot of our guys stepped up. We had a bunch of guys leave the game again. We were down to 3s at some positions. We had some kids that started the year on scout team, and they were forced into duty, and they were playing, and some of them didn't play well, but some of them really did some nice things and contributed and really fought their tails off for the rest of the guys.
Hurt again by penalties, Coach. I mean, you hit 12 again today, and it's just got to be a recurring theme now. Is that a problem? I mean,
It's definitely a problem. Definitely. Again, it's some we're trying to obviously play way more aggressive, and there's some you play aggressive, and there's going to be some penalties based on aggressiveness where if you're never penalized, okay, you're probably not playing aggressive. And then some are if you jump offside or you have a legal procedure, if you line up wrong on the punt team, and then some I have to watch too and see. That we got a face mask penalty. We had a personal foul for an injured guy running to celebrate after a long touchdown. It's not even dressed, and so some of them are tougher than others. So,
do you have a feeling you're going to be looking at the film, in the next couple of days and see a lot of missed tackles? It seemed like they had a lot of yards after touch.
Yeah, they definitely have. Their 2 running backs are really talented kids, and they got some talented wideouts too. But their running backs are hard to bring down always, every week. They've been playing for a couple of years and tremendous. We knew going in they're big, physical, low to the ground, run hard, and they broke some tackles. And then most of the tackles on the perimeter, we got to take better angles. A lot of them were just poor angles of football, and they weren't so much missed tackles as much as poor angles. But their running backs definitely had some yards after contact, which they pretty typically do every week for them.
Turnovers, it was kind of balanced, at least on paper, but a couple that you had ended up hurting, as far as stopping drives.
Yeah. And anytime a turnover hurts, that's for us to win. You're a 17-point underdog coming in. You got to win the turnover. We're even, and we lose by 7. Maybe if we win 2-0, if we take care of those 2, maybe you win by 3 points. So for us, it's when you're an underdog in some of these games, you got to play cleaner football. You can't accept that it's going to be even. Because if it's even on paper, they're supposed to be better than you. So we got to win those turnover battles. And obviously, the screen pass, the end, didn't rush. We got to see that and get out of the down. And then trying to do too much on the fumble again. He's got to do a better job in the pocket. Like he's spinning around just like last week and set up a tying drive for them. So it was that one's very, very avoidable, and we have to clean that up because we're having too many turnovers on sack situations.
Did Maurice pull something on that kickoff return?
Yeah, he hurt his leg, so we're going to see what it looks like. So unfortunately that was his last play of the game.
Coach, sorry if you answered this question already. What was the message to the team in the locker room after the game was over?
One, I appreciate the battle. We prepared all week to battle these guys, and we came ready. We came ready for a 60-minute game. We knew we weren't going to come here and beat them 35-0. We came in here to try to win. We said 14-10, 30-27, 45-42. Like, we're coming in to win. We don't care what the score is. So appreciate the battle. We used to physically get overwhelmed at so many positions that we were trying to, smoke and mirrors a lot of things to try to hang in games, which we've done a couple years with these guys, where today I know our kids physically felt like they were in the battle the whole time, and now it's cleaning up. We have to play a cleaner game than Cincinnati. I don't think we played a less clean. They made mistakes. We made mistakes. I think it was pretty fair, but we had to play a cleaner game on both sides of the ball, and we had some mental errors that obviously in a 7-point game. So that's a mess. We got to keep grinding. We got to keep competing. We prepared. We had an awesome week last week. Our kids came ready to play. Our backups came ready to play. Our third team guys ready to play. We had energy. We were locked in. We were playing as hard as we can. We're playing as smart as we can, but we got to play smarter. We got to learn and play smarter and understand situations, you know. And even like the run game, we stuffed the run game for most of the game. We misfit some plays. Most of our run yards are just, they motioned us in confusion. I know we got Bucci out, and now we got some rookies at safety, but they can't be confused. They got to know what they're doing and get lined up and play football for us.
How do you feel about your quarterback play so far this season?
Obviously, he's played way better, but we got to clean up some mistakes. He's doing plenty of things to help us win a game. His numbers obviously have been really good. He's cleaned up his interceptions. I know he had one today, but he's had 2 interceptions in 4 games, which we'll take. And with a number of he's competing hard. The fumbles in the pocket 2 weeks in a row have hurt us big time. We've 7-point losses and we fumbled twice in the pocket. There's times you got to cut your losses. Hey, you spin off I know he's big and strong and he spins off some guys, but now we got to protect the football. If we take a sack, it's okay. We punt the ball and they're backed up. They got to go 80 yards to beat us, but we put the ball on the 40 and let them tie the game up. So we got to keep learning and play smarter. But he's competing. He's not cheating us at all. He's getting way, way better. And he can make a lot of plays, as everybody can see.
I played well for most of the game, but just some mental mistakes I made cost us heavily. And I mean, fumbles, can't fumble. I've been doing that way too much lately. And the big thing we preach is ball security, and I haven't been doing that. So we got to figure out that. And the pick's just deadly, especially when we're down in the red zone. We got to be a little more efficient there. But I mean, overall, just got to make one more play or something just to get us over the hump.
You had some big plays during the game. Were these things that you saw coming in that you thought you might be able to do, or was it just something that arose during the game?
There's things that we saw on film that we could take advantage of, like the throw to Murph. We knew that they were going to be one-on-one, and just pump fake, and Murph ran a great route and caught it and did the rest. And there's just things that we'll see in film each week, and the coaches put us in great situations to make big plays like that. And there's just things that we need to do to make a couple more plays, as you guys can see. So,
what does this rivalry matchup mean to the locker room, and having lost it now for the 11th time? What was the message, and can you express what the sentiment was in the locker room after the game?
This is a big time rivalry to our players, to the alumni, to everyone involved with Miami football. And coming here, it was a real great atmosphere, and we knew that we had to play really well and make a whole lot of plays to win this game. And it hurts to lose that one like that, lead by 7. But I mean, they're a good team, and we give them all the praise for playing a great game.
Did they do anything differently on defense than you anticipated?
No, they do what they usually do. They played to their strengths, and they played a lot of man the whole game, and it was one thing we were ready for. We just didn't make enough plays. So.
How would you evaluate your play so far this season?
I think I'm doing okay. Still just need to get better mentally and physically with what the defense is doing and putting our team in the best situations to win. So.
You've got some receivers out. The guys that that are stepping in there are doing a pretty good job for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean that's a big thing that we like to have, is that if one guy goes down, another guy can step right in and we won't miss a beat. And you saw it today with Mayock made a nice catch, Luke Mayock, and the tight ends are big in our pass game too. So we can push the ball all around, and everyone's going to be able to make plays.
You're getting ready for MAC play next week and everything. I think everybody will be ready to turn the page, get onto the MAC schedule.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, there's no choice. You got to look forward to the next week, and we got OU and start all the MAC games. So we got to start looking at that and see what we got to do to win some games.
Did they do anything differently offensively than you anticipated?
No, it wasn't anything different. It came out everything we worked over in practice, exactly everything we saw out here. So it pretty much wasn't anything different.
You had a bunch of tackles today, but they still were looking really, really hard to bring down. I mean, were they more physical than you anticipated, or just better moves? Or
Going into this week, my position coach, defensive coordinator, Coach Ski, he told us that their 2 main guys, the running backs, they run hard. They're big, physical guys, and at the end of the day, it came down to us, having to make the tackle. We let a few go, but at the end of the day, we just got to hold ourselves accountable and make them plays at the end of the day.
It's a pretty big and physical team just overall. Have you noticed any difference in the years, as far as Miami being able to match up physically with them any better? Or?
Well, no doubt this year, and I even think last year, but no doubt this year, this was an even fight. Just like Coach Martin said, this was an even fight. And you know, they just made more plays than us. Penalties got in our way. You know, we just got to do a better job of finishing. We're right there. It's just us. We just got to do a better job of finishing. That's it.
You're a very young team. Is this a little bit of, finding some way to mature as far as getting past penalties and keeping those down and executing?
I mean, well, of course, I don't think age or being young has anything to do with it. That's pretty much just just us being mentally tough, mentally focused. Just like the one I gave up in the red zone. I wish I could have that one back, but unfortunately I can't. And that's like I said, we just got to do a better job of finishing. That's it.